entertained? Are you not entertained?
Yeah, I was. I was indeed. Hey everyone, welcome to another review. Welcome to my review for Gladiator II. I actually saw this movie a week ago. I've been waiting for this embargo to lift. Finally, it lifted. I can finally talk about this movie and how good or bad it was. Yeah, you all know I did a whole video a few months ago about how this movie looks terrible. The trailers did not sell it for me. I didn't think it looked that good. I thought the music choices were not great. I thought it was spoiling too much of the movie. It just didn't look that enjoyable. And plus, Gladiator never needed a sequel. Like, you don't need a sequel to Gladiator. Gladiator is a perfect film. It's a perfect standalone movie. What do you need a sequel for? And plus, the movie came out 24 years ago. Like, we don't need a sequel to Gladiator. And after seeing this movie, that opinion still stands. We didn't need a sequel. This movie is good. I'm going to say it's good. It's enjoyable. It's a fun movie. I liked it. I was very surprised how much I did enjoy the film. Even though I was going in with such low expectations, I enjoyed it. I thought Ridley Scott did a good job directing it. I thought Denzel was amazing. The action was really good. It has a really cool, big, epic scale to it. It's very epic. I heard a lot of the things they did in the Coliseum were very practical. I don't know if that's true. Some of it doesn't look practical, but some of it does. And it is very impressive. I loved seeing Connie Nielsen back. She's great. I thought the climax was fucking awesome. And then the music was good too. Even though it's very much homage to the original Gladiator. This movie is like Ghostbusters 2. You know what I mean? I hope you all know what I mean. Like, the first Ghostbusters is timeless. It's classic. We all quote it. We all love it. It will stand the test of time. It's one of the great comedies of all time. But Ghostbusters 2, it's fun. It's enjoyable. It's just nowhere near as good as that first film. And every time we think of Ghostbusters 2, we just think it's entertaining, but nowhere near as good. It will never be as good as the first. That's exactly what this movie is. It's good. It's entertaining. It will always live in the shadow of Gladiator 1, because the first Gladiator is a masterpiece, and this movie is just a decent sequel that just didn't need to exist. Just like Ghostbusters 2, it never needed to exist either. There's a lot of, oh my god, there's so much, like, conversations about what happened in the first movie. There's so many references to the first movie. Some of it's great, but some of it is annoying. I'm like, okay, we get it. We've seen Gladiator. You could just stop talking about what happened in that scene, that conversation, all that. We know what happened. We know. Okay? Try to be your own thing. Form your own story. Your own identity. Like, come on now. Be your own movie. And I feel like the movie was trying so hard to be like, we're Gladiator 2. But, like, anytime it tried to do something new, it was good, but like it kept going back to the first movie. Like, oh, remember the first movie? Like, we remember the first movie, we get it, but be your own movie. And when it was its own movie, it was good. Like, there's these like twin emperors with these gingers. They're very over the top, but they're a lot of fun to watch, and I thought they were really good. You got Paul Mescal as Lucius and Pedro Pascal. Paul Mescal and Pedro Pascal. They're good too. I'm surprised they didn't get the original actor to play Lucius. He's still acting, I guess. I don't know. The lead guy's fine. I think he's good. Pedro Pascal's good too. He's like the antagonist in the movie. He's good. Denzel steals the movie though. Denzel Washington. When you're getting Denzel in your movie, you know he's gonna crush it, and he is fantastic in this movie. The only problem is he's not in it enough, and I think his character deserved his own story. This movie should have been all about him. It should have been a backstory about him. The whole movie should have been about him. He is fascinating of a character. I loved every scene he was in, and no complaints when it comes to Denzel. There's no complaints with any of the actors. None of them are bad. There's some forgettable performances, but they're all good, and the action is fun. It's a lot of fun. It's entertaining, and it's 2.5 hours, and it did fly by for me. I was not bored or anything. I was enjoying it and having a good time with it, but the whole time I was thinking, I'm like, first one did it better, though. Like, there's just all these fight sequences, as cool as they are. I'm like, first one did it better. The music's very nice. It's very good. First one did it better, though. The main character, he's interesting, but Maximus is more interesting. So it's hard to not to compare this movie to the first movie because the movie is trying to be like the first movie, and it will never be like the first movie because the first movie is the first movie. It did it first, and it did it better, so I'm sorry. But the things that they do differently is good, and I just wish they kind of stayed on that path and stayed on that direction. Like, the direction is good. Like, Ridley Scott still got it, and this dude is, like, pretty old, but, like, he's doing good. He's still got it. Like, Ridley Scott and Clint Eastwood, man, they did movies, and they're both solid. This is not an Oscar contender. If it is, that'd be a little strange. It's not that good. It's good, though. Like, if you're a Gladiator fan and you always wanted to see a sequel, you're going to get your money's worth. You're going to enjoy it. You're going to have a good time with it. But if you want a movie that's as good as the first one, a movie that's just going to blow you away, this ain't it. It's an entertaining swords and sandals movie, and we don't get a lot of those, so you know what? Enjoy it for what it is. I enjoyed it for what it is. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give Gladiator II a 7.5 out of 10. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I'm glad I saw it early. It was cool to watch. But it's not the first one. And it'll never be the first one. So, yeah. So that was my review of Gladiator 2. Let me know in the comments below. What are your thoughts and opinions on Gladiator 2? Do you think it lived up to its expectations? Or do you think it was a disappointing mess? Comment below. Let me know. And as always, if you like this video, please subscribe to this channel. And join the dark side.